share, subscribe. Make sure you do up for those. All right, so we got a huge breaking story that I guarantee you did not see on CNN, MSNBC, or anywhere else. But you're going to see it here. Because COVID testing has been a contentious subject. We said we need more testing. We all agree. We say that testing should be free. We all agree. We say everybody should have access to testing, especially in the underprivileged and marginalized communities. And we also say that testing should be plentiful before we go back to opening up our economy, except for there's a problem. As you can see here, from a local news station, Advent Health terminates contract with lab after more than 25,000 people didn't get COVID-19 test results, or even better, they received unreliable results. You heard that right, people. Now, for those of you who are curious, this is in Orlando. There are a lot of people in Orlando. And if the sample size of 25,000 people got wrong testing, didn't get their testing, can you imagine how many more had false positives or false negatives, or just had completely and totally unreliable testing? Let's check this article out. So, Advent Health said that more than 25,000 people in Central Florida had not received their coronavirus test results right away. The hospital said a third-party lab was working with no process. The test wasn't fulfilling its obligation. The hospital has terminated its contract with the lab. So, mind you, people, this is a major hospital that was working with the lab, seeing a lot of people. How many other hospitals are contracting through these third parties? Gotta wonder. Advent Health said the situation has created delays and it does not have confidence in the reliability of the test. Did you hear this, ladies and gentlemen? Advent Health, a hospital? Okay, I just want to make sure, because when we put this video out, you know what they're going to say? Oh, you must be a right-wing conspiracy theorist. Well, Advent Health, thank you for jumping on the right-wing conspiracy theory train. By being honest, the hospital, a hospital, said that we do not have confidence in the results being produced by the coronavirus testing. Ladies and gentlemen, do you not understand how significant this is? Whew. So like I said, Advent Health said the situation has created delays and it does not have confidence in reliability of the tests. Advent Health is contacting those who have been affected by the delay. And Channel 9's Deanna Albritton spoke with several people who have been affected by the delay. Most are worried about losing more pay, while others are worried about their symptoms that may be signs of the virus. Tanny Rizak said she was tested on May 5th and has not even received her results. Mind you, in case you did not know, Orlando has opened up their economy back. So, Rizak said, if they're trying to prioritize the most at-risk people, I can understand that. And I hope that they get their results quickly. However, they really do owe it to all of us who trusted them. Oh, where that patient at? We need to get her in an interview. That really distills everything that we have been dealing with regarding this COVID-19 situation. They really owe it to all of us who trusted them. 100%. The hospitals said those who are affected fall into the following categories. Those whose samples were processed and whose results provided by the lab are not deemed reliable. Individuals who had unreliable positive results will require retesting. This is after the economy is open back up, by the way. Individuals with unreliable negative results who are symptomatic need to seek care and also may require retesting. Individuals with unreliable negative results who are asymptomatic but request retesting will be offered testing pending the availability when they create a new contract with another third party. Those whose samples are at the lab in question are part of the backlog, and are part of the backlog will not be tested. Therefore, no result will be available. These patients may require pre-testing if they are symptomatic. Officials have directed the lab to destroy these samples in accordance with the law. And finally, we'll go over the final statement from the hospital. We take our responsibility to safeguard everyone who entrusts us with their care very seriously. We made significant investments to help minimize the spread of COVID-19 in Central Florida and will continue to stand beside our neighbors in these unprecedented times, said Daryl Toll, President and CEO of Advent Health's Central Florida Division. Teams across our organization are working around the clock to remedy the situation. We will continue to lead, innovate, and care for those impacted by COVID-19. We remain committed to our purpose of providing whole person, whole community health. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 25,000 tests later and a broken contract. And there are false positives being produced by people who don't have any symptoms. People who have the damn symptoms are coming back with negatives. Now, what's scary about this, and this is something I'm going to have to add to my research list, which is long as hell right now. But what's scary about this is, did they not produce is it the test or the lab that's wrong? Because they keep bringing up the lab, right? The results aren't getting out. The results are coming back false. But okay, the results not getting out, that makes sense. But a bunch of tens of thousands of results coming back falsely positive or falsely negative, that's a test issue. What the hell test were they using? And the question that I would have, and they probably wouldn't even allow them to print that in a local article if they wanted to, but what test were they using? What method were they using? How many other states are using this method? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been seeing a lot of mudslinging from everybody, but mostly the left, if I'm being honest, over who should be able to open the economy and when. I've seen California extend their, LA at least, extend their stay-home order for 3 more months, despite the fact that California has actually done well as far as their projected numbers were concerned. They didn't have as many people get affected or die as they thought they would. And yet they're extending the stay-home order over 3 months. But why are they doing that? Well, because people are still, quote unquote, testing positive or testing or not testing negative, according to some test somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds to me that some lawmakers may be making laws based off of imaginary test results, false test results. Y'all understand this, right? This is not small. Central Florida is one of the largest cities in the country. Orlando is Central Florida, basically, and all the surrounding little cities. But Orlando specifically is one of the largest cities in the country with a lot of money and a lot of access, and they got this wrong. You think California got it right? You think New York got it right? Or do you think the people who stand to politically benefit the most off of pretending they have a grip on the situation could just be embellishing a little bit, and they're purposely not double checking and triple checking to verify that they're actually making decisions off of statistically accurate information before they crush everyone's lives and, kill the economy? Because, once again, let's be honest, the Democrats have a lot to gain from making the Republicans seem like they just want to go out and kill people and pretending like it's just a bunch of white people who want haircuts and black people just worried about their life. I hate people say this. Black people are the ones who are the marginalized community in general, the minority communities. They're the essential workers. Now, a lot of them are working less hours than they were before, but they can't quit because they're essential workers, and therefore, if they quit, they will not qualify for unemployment. So they're making less money during this pandemic. The minority, you think, first of all, and let me be honest with you, minorities, black people specifically, y'all think we ain't out here protesting for haircuts too? Y'all crazy as hell. You find me a white boy that care more about his haircut than a black man, I'll find you a Rihanna in a church on Sunday. First of all, let's be honest about that. Let's be clear. So, second of all, in all seriousness, this narrative that everyone who has economic angst, because they do not trust anyone on the television screen, that they must be MAGA hatters, that they must be white supremacists, that they must be privileged. It is a false narrative. There are some people who might be dumb, might be racist, and might be conspiracy theorists that also have economic angst. There are some people who might be dumb, might be racist, might be conspiracy theorists that also are going to vote for Joe Biden in November. That's neither here nor there, but I'm just saying not everybody's the same. There's exceptions to every rule, but how the media chooses to focus on these issues is the point of contention. There's no question that everybody has economic anxiety right now. There is no question that every single person in this country is looking to the left, looking to the right, flipping to CNN, flipping to Fox News, then going on left-wing Twitter, then going on right-wing Twitter, then going on MAGA Twitter, which is a whole different Twitter. And they just see one thing in common. I don't believe none of you motherfuckers. None of you know what you're talking about. None of them do. When it's time to elevate people to talk about this issue, it's not even like they're elevating the people who are on the ground, who are breaking some pretty horrendous news, like the treatments that we're doing are not working. That people are making mistakes in how they're treating this. No, they're elevating Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci, who's been here for 5 administrations, who I'm sure everyone can trust. That's why he's on CNN all the time. That's why he was on Saturday Night Live. Right? That's why. Because we all know when weird political figures who are not funny in the slightest are on Saturday Night Live, it could not possibly be because of propaganda. It's because Fauci was simply testing his new career as a stand-up comedian, considering by the end of this administration, he might get fired by Trump anyway. That's really what it was. Probably, maybe. Couldn't have been propaganda. 25,000 tests. An entire contract broke with a laboratory. A hospital confirming that these test results are unreliable. That's one. But this is there was a headline the other day said 2 weeks after Texas reopens, record high in COVID-19 deaths. That doesn't even make any sense because it takes 2 weeks to incubate and then another 2 weeks for it to get its worse. So how the hell you go from like that math don't work out. Those people are not dead because of the recent reopening, but that makes the headlines. Even when the headlines don't make any sense, that's what's making the headlines. But this doesn't make the headlines, ladies and gentlemen. How in the hell am I supposed to take anybody, any news organization, any politician who's basing their information from news organizations seriously? How? When this doesn't make a headline. A hospital saying we got results wrong. A hospital. the doctors are saying shit was wrong. The doctors are saying shit was messed up. Their YouTube videos, they don't get headlines. Okay, maybe it's because they don't have fancy names and titles and cool. I mean, I thought being a doctor in the middle of a pandemic would be a fancy enough title to make a headline or two. But hey, this is America. Okay, cool. But an entire hospital makes a statement saying, y'all, we fucked up. And we gonna need them test results back. That don't make a headline? I guess. If you like that segment of Mikasa and Sukasa, don't forget to like the video and smash that subscribe button. Want access to members only live streams, behind the scenes footage, and other premium content? Well, you can endorse us on Rockman Premium, become a patron through Patreon, or you can sign up for the MCSC Premium membership through YouTube. All the links are in the description below. But hey, more than anything else, always remember,
Find your balance.
Find your balance.
Find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Find your balance. Find your balance.
Always remember, more than anything else, find your balance.
peace.